My beloved child, something around you has been shifting quietly, almost invisibly, yet powerful enough to pull the air out of a room the moment the truth finally chooses to rise. And today, without warning, the curtain that has protected your neighbor for far too long is beginning to burn from the edges. It doesn't matter how carefully they tried to hide it, how sweetly they smiled, or how effortlessly they pretended. What has been buried is pushing itself to the surface, and you're about to understand why the universe has been nudging you, whispering to you, making you feel that strange heaviness every time you crossed paths with them. Because the truth is no longer waiting. A revelation like this never arrives gently. It comes like a silent storm, the kind that darkens the sky without thunder, the kind that feels calm but holds lightning in its core. And right now, something about your neighbor, something they thought nobody would ever notice, is unraveling thread by thread. You might not have questioned them before. Maybe they blended in perfectly. Maybe their routine seemed harmless. Maybe their greetings felt ordinary. But the universe doesn't push you toward a video like this unless the cycle is about to shift in a massive way. And what's coming isn't small. It's not accidental. It's intentional, explosive, and long overdue. You are about to see why destiny refused to stay quiet. But listen carefully, because this is where everything takes a sharp turn. There is a reason your intuition has been restless. A reason your dreams have been vivid. A reason you've been feeling that strange energy whenever you walk near your door, your gate, your balcony, or even your window. Someone very close to you has been holding a story that never belonged to them, but somehow affected you without your permission. And that someone is the neighbor you never fully paid attention to. The universe is now placing a spotlight directly over their house, their actions, their secrets, their late-night movements, their conversations, their habits, because the timeline is hitting a point where justice, clarity, and revelation collide. And nothing can stop the truth when it decides to land. Now wait, because the truth is not just about who they really are. It's about what they have been doing behind closed doors while pretending everything is fine. And the reason this moment is so important is because their truth has consequences for your path. Their next move, the one they've been planning quietly, thinking nobody will notice, is about to collide with your destiny. They thought you would stay blind. They thought you would stay in the dark. They thought you would keep walking past them like nothing was happening. But the universe has chosen today, this very moment, to reveal what they feared the most. Every step they took behind your back is about to echo loudly. And you're going to understand why they've been acting differently recently, why their eyes shift, why their energy feels heavy, why their presence feels off. This is not random. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. And the deeper truth is this: your neighbor has been connected to your story in a way you never imagined. Not because you allowed it, but because they inserted themselves silently into your timeline. Something they've been holding, observing, preparing, or hiding is finally cracking open. They can no longer control the narrative. They can no longer keep their intentions disguised. And they can no longer avoid the universal justice that was set in motion the moment they made a choice they should have never made. What's coming next is not just a reveal. It's a turning point, a shift, a moment where the truth tears through the illusion and forces every hidden detail into the light. Stay with this. My beloved child, lean in closely, because from this moment forward, every second matters. Something in your neighbor's world has begun to collapse, and the cracks in their actions are spreading faster than they can cover them. They can sense it. They can feel it. They know that the truth they kept buried under layers of calm smiles and practiced normalcy is slipping from their hands. And the universe is now aligning every sign, every whisper, every instinct inside you to reveal why destiny brought this moment in front of you right now. So stay with me, because the deeper we go, the clearer everything becomes. Your neighbor's secret isn't just a secret. It's a chain reaction that's about to reshape everything around you. Pay attention, because their energy has been shifting in ways you didn't fully decode yet. They have been more cautious lately, haven't they? More quiet. More observant. More alert about who's watching. Their timing has changed. Their behavior has changed. Their expressions have changed. It's because someone else, not you, not a relative, not another neighbor, someone unexpected has discovered something about them. And that someone has triggered a silence inside your neighbor so loud that they're terrified of their own next move. They are rethinking every step, every plan, every decision they made in the shadows. Because they know one thing now, they can't hide anymore. Not from the universe. Not from the timing. Not from their destiny. And not from you. Listen carefully, because here's what the universe is showing me. The truth about your neighbor isn't a small detail. It's not a minor habit. It's not something meaningless. It's something they've been nurturing secretly, something they never intended you to find out. But destiny has a way of pushing the truth through cracks you don't even notice. And right now, the truth is flooding through. Your neighbor has been involved in something that required silence, secrecy, and careful calculation. Something that explains why they always kept their curtains slightly closed, why they walked quickly when returning home, why their phone calls didn't sound casual, why their door closed with a little more urgency than usual. These signs weren't random, they were warnings from the universe, clues guiding you toward this exact moment. And now, the universe wants you here, right here, listening to every word, because the truth is reaching its breaking point. Your neighbor is no longer in control of the story they created. Someone has stepped in. Someone has confronted a part of their truth. And this confrontation has put them in a position where they must choose between exposing themselves or watching everything crumble in silence. They are scrambling behind the scenes, reshuffling their moves, deleting traces, rewriting narratives, trying desperately to stay ahead of the truth that is already outrunning them. But destiny doesn't slow down for anyone. And right now, destiny is knocking at their door louder than ever before. Stay right here, because what comes next is the part your neighbor feared the most. The part that explains why the universe pushed you toward this message today and not tomorrow. Something involving you, something involving their intentions, something that connects your lives in a way you didn't see coming, is about to surface. Their truth isn't just about who they are. It's about what they were planning, and why those plans are collapsing right now. My beloved child, breathe slowly, because what you're about to understand will shift the way you look at your neighbor forever. There is a moment, an exact moment, when a person who has been hiding something feels the universe closing in on them. And your neighbor has just crossed that line. They felt it last night. Not through words, not through confrontation, but through a sudden heaviness that wrapped around them the moment they heard something, saw something, or realized something that shook their entire plan. Their hands froze. Their heart raced. Their eyes widened. Because the truth they buried has started whispering their name back to them. And the universe is not letting them escape the consequences they created. Look closer. Their silence lately isn't ordinary silence, it's strategic silence. The kind people use when they're trying to stay invisible, hoping nobody notices the storms swirling around them. They've changed their timings. Closed their door earlier. Watched you more carefully, not out of curiosity but out of fear. They're avoiding certain people. Avoiding a specific conversation. Avoiding a truth they know is on the verge of being exposed. And your intuition, yes, that subtle uneasy feeling you've been getting near your own doorstep, is reacting to the energy they're leaking. Because when someone's truth starts to crumble, the energy around them becomes unmistakable. Now listen, because here is the part they desperately hoped you would never discover. Your neighbor has been connected to your life in a way you didn't authorize. They inserted themselves into your timeline quietly. They gathered information about you silently. They observed your routines more than normal. And the reason they did that wasn't casual. It wasn't accidental. It wasn't harmless. They had a purpose, one that the universe refused to let continue. Something they tried to set in motion involving your name, your presence, your path, has been blocked by divine timing. And the moment the universe interfered, everything they were doing behind the scenes began falling apart. They thought you wouldn't notice. They thought life would keep moving as usual. They thought their role in your story would remain hidden in the shadows. But destiny stepped in. Someone, yes, someone unexpected, has already confronted a part of their secret, and this confrontation has put your neighbor in panic mode. They're trying to delete traces. They're trying to erase their connection. They're trying to undo what they set in motion. But it's too late. The universe has already recorded everything. And that is why their behavior feels so strange, why their expressions look tense, why their footsteps sound heavier, why they've been looking around before unlocking their own door. Stay with me, because here comes the sharp twist. Your neighbor wasn't just hiding a truth about themselves. They were hiding a truth about you. Something related to your name, your destiny, your blessings, your progress, or your path triggered them in a way you don't know yet. They didn't expect you to rise. They didn't expect you to be chosen. They didn't expect the universe to protect you the way it has been. And now, everything they once felt confident about is collapsing under the weight of divine exposure. What they've been doing, what they've been hiding, and what they've been fearing are all converging into one single moment that the next part will reveal. My beloved child, listen closely, because the moment you've been sensing, the moment where everything about your neighbor's hidden reality cracks open, is happening right now. The energy around them is shaking, not because someone exposed them publicly, but because the universe has cornered them privately. They woke up today with a pressure in their chest, a tension in their thoughts, and a fear they couldn't swallow. They know something is coming. They know their time of pretending is ending. And they know the universe has begun peeling back the layers they used to hide behind. They feel watched, not by people, but by fate itself, because when destiny decides the truth must rise, no human effort can bury it again. Look deeper into their recent behavior. Have you noticed how they've been unusually alert? How they peek outside without stepping fully out? How they pause before speaking? How their expressions stay tight, stiff, controlled? It's because they've realized something terrifying. Someone they trusted has betrayed their silence. Someone who knows a part of their truth has slipped up, spoken too much, or revealed a detail they shouldn't have. Your neighbor has been trying to trace the leak, trying to figure out who said what, trying to rebuild the wall around their secret. But the universe has already broken that wall. And now, every attempt they make to cover their tracks only exposes another part of the truth they tried to hide. But here comes the twist they never expected. The universe isn't revealing their truth to destroy them. It's revealing their truth to protect you. Because your neighbor wasn't just living their life quietly, they were interfering with yours silently. They had an intention, a plan, a motive, a hidden emotional or personal involvement that connected them to you far more than you ever thought. Maybe they were watching you closely. Maybe they were making assumptions about you. Maybe they were preparing something that involved your name. Whatever it was, they believed you wouldn't notice. But your destiny is too protected, and their plan was blocked before it could touch you. And now, the universe is forcing them to confront the one truth they avoided the most. They misjudged who you are. They thought you were vulnerable. They thought you were unaware. They thought you were easy to bypass or easy to overlook. But what they didn't know is that you're spiritually guarded, divinely watched over, and energetically strengthened in ways they never imagined. Every hidden move they made bounced back. Every quiet step they took was recorded by the energy around them. And now karma has begun circling them like a shadow they can't outrun. My beloved child, this is the moment where everything sharpens, where the blurry lines around your neighbor's intentions turn crystal clear. What they were hiding wasn't just a secret, it was a decision. A choice they made quietly. A move they believed they could execute without anyone sensing a shift. But the universe has been watching them from the very beginning, and now their intention. Yes, the one they thought would remain invisible forever, is finally surfacing. They underestimated the timing. They underestimated the protection around you. They underestimated the fact that destiny always reveals what's done in silence. Your neighbor reached a point where curiosity turned into obsession, where observation turned into involvement, where harmless attention turned into hidden interest. They convinced themselves they knew you more than they actually did. They believed they had access to your life simply because they were close in distance. The problem is, they crossed an energetic boundary without permission. They thought your growth was accidental. They thought your blessings were a coincidence. They thought your rising presence was something they could interfere with or influence. But they didn't understand that your life is guarded, your path is guided, and your intuition is stronger than their secrecy. Now listen carefully. Because here is the truth they never wanted exposed. Your neighbor was planning to step into your story in a way that wasn't meant for them. Not physically, not aggressively, but energetically, subtly, quietly. They were preparing to involve themselves in something connected to your name, your opportunity, or your progress. Maybe they were trying to block something that was coming your way. Maybe they were trying to get ahead of you. Maybe they were trying to claim something they believed belonged to them. Or maybe, they simply couldn't stand seeing the universe elevate you while they felt stuck in the same place. But the moment they formed that intention, the universe intervened. Something went wrong for them, unexpectedly, abruptly, sharply. A call didn't go through. A message didn't receive the response they expected. A plan didn't unfold the way they imagined. Someone they trusted stepped away from them. Someone they depended on withdrew support. And all of this happened because destiny refused to let their hidden intention touch your path. Their plan collapsed before it even reached the doorway of your timeline. And now your neighbor is left confused, anxious, and shaken. They're replaying their steps. They're questioning their choices. They're wondering who saw through them, who sensed their energy, who blocked their access. They don't realize it wasn't a person, it was the universe itself. That's why they've been acting distant yet restless, silent yet tense, present yet unsettled. Because when a person's hidden intentions collide with divine protection, their entire internal world begins to tremble. My beloved child, brace yourself, because this is the part where the story stops whispering and starts speaking loudly. Your neighbor has reached the point where their hidden intentions can no longer survive inside them. The energy around their home, the tension in their movements, the way their eyes shift when they see you, it's all signaling one thing: their truth is trembling at the edge of revelation. They know time is no longer on their side. They know the universe has turned its gaze toward them. And they know that what they were trying to do is circling back toward them with a force they cannot escape. There is a reason you've been feeling watched, not in a dangerous way, but in an energetic way. Their conscience has become a mirror, reflecting back everything they tried to hide. They've been pacing more. They've been checking their phone constantly. They've been avoiding certain conversations. They've been rearranging things inside their home as if they're preparing for something unexpected. The truth is, they feel exposed. They don't know how. They don't know why. But they can sense that the universe has begun pulling the mask off their actions. And the fear that has settled into their heart is not fear of you, it's fear of what they know is coming. But here is the part that matters most: you were never in danger. Not for a second. Because the universe has been standing between you and their intentions like an unbreakable shield. Every time they tried to step closer energetically, something pushed them back. Every time they tried to manipulate something in your timeline, the plan crumbled. Every time they attempted to influence your progress, destiny blocked the doorway. They don't understand why everything they touched recently has gone wrong. They don't know why their plans are failing, why their conversations are backfiring, why their connections are breaking. But you and I both know the reason: your path is divinely protected, and no hidden agenda can override your spiritual authority. And now comes the twist that flips everything. Your neighbor is about to face a moment that will expose their truth without you lifting a finger. Someone is approaching them. Someone is questioning them. Someone is connecting dots that were never supposed to meet. It might be a person they least expected. It might be a situation they can't avoid. But something is unfolding that will force them to reveal what they never wanted anyone to know. They won't be able to lie their way out. They won't be able to pretend. They won't be able to hide behind politeness. The truth is pushing through them like a tidal wave, and they are powerless against it. And here's where destiny shifts in your favor. The moment their truth comes out, your position changes. You rise without effort. You receive clarity you didn't even ask for. You step into a new level of confidence, intuition, and spiritual strength. Because their exposure isn't about humiliating them, it's about elevating you. It's about clearing your path. It's about ensuring that no hidden intention, no silent interference, no quiet observation can hold you back again. My beloved child, this is where the truth sharpens into a blade so precise that it cuts through every illusion your neighbor built around themselves. What's coming isn't subtle. It isn't gentle. It isn't quiet. The universe has decided that the truth must not only rise, but land directly in front of you with undeniable clarity. And your neighbor feels this shift. They feel the energy tightening around them like a circle closing in. They feel the weight of their own choices pressing against their chest. They feel the universe rearranging the pieces of their life in a way that leaves no room for hiding. Something they never expected is about to confront them head-on. Your neighbor's truth is not being revealed by accident. It's being triggered by a chain reaction they set into motion without realizing how far it would go. They spoke to the wrong person. They trusted the wrong ear. They hinted something to someone who wasn't supposed to know, but destiny needed them to know. And that one conversation, that one careless moment, that single slip of the tongue has now become the spark that lights the entire truth on fire. Someone connected to them, someone they didn't think mattered, is starting to speak. Quietly at first. Then boldly. And their words are moving through the air like a trail leading straight to the core of everything your neighbor wanted to bury. You need to understand this clearly. Your neighbor's exposure is not random, it's karmic alignment. They tried to involve themselves in your path. They tried to influence something that wasn't theirs. They tried to rewrite a story they didn't have the right to touch. But the universe has placed a shield around you so strong that every secret intention they planted has now burst upward, revealing itself with powerful clarity. And now, the same people they once tried to impress, mislead, or manipulate are beginning to question them. Their mask is dissolving. Their narrative is crumbling. And the truth is catching up to them faster than they can run. Watch their body language if you cross paths with them. You'll notice it, the shift. The guilt. The panic. The forced smile. The rushed tone. The subtle avoidance. Because they know something is coming. They know a truth is heading toward them that they cannot block. They know their involvement with your energy is about to be exposed in a way they cannot control. Their biggest fear right now isn't being judged, it's being seen. Seen for who they truly are. Seen for what they attempted. Seen for the intentions they formed behind closed doors. And now comes the moment fate has been preparing you for. Their truth is going to reach you without you ever trying to find it. You won't have to ask. You won't have to investigate. You won't have to chase answers. The universe will deliver the revelation to your doorstep through a situation, a message, a conversation, or an unexpected shift that places the truth right in front of your eyes. Everything they tried to hide will align itself into a single, powerful moment of clarity. And in that moment, you will understand exactly why destiny wanted you prepared.